welcome to the Enchanted Live Feeds. I think it's been quite a while since you've seen the two of us here.
Exactly.
My name is Heather.
I'm Laurie.
And we're here because we have a couple of really exciting things to celebrate. So,
yes, it's the full moon. That's the best part of all.
it's the full moon on February 5th.
Yes.
And it's the snow moon.
Right.
And that's really exciting. So that's exciting. Everybody thinks of February as the month of love, but actually this time right now is the time, this is at the time of Venus right now. It's between 7:30 and 8:30.
Right, and the moon is in Leo.
Mm-hmm.
That's ruled by the sun. So we have the heat and the cold moon, and a hot planet just blasting it. So it makes it even more powerful and for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, though, can spur on your emotions more than normal. So you have to be careful how you react to things. But it's also a good time to think of your future and just go for it. Any plans you have, this is the time to either cast a spell or just project it. Do something about it for the next 3 days. But you can't do a spell after the moon peaks. In other words, 3 hours to 3 days, you can do projection with the moon's energy. The minute it peaks, it starts waning, getting smaller. When it gets smaller, it's called a waning moon. And that means everything goes away. It pushes things away. You don't want to do any magic at the peak, because you don't know the timing. So tonight's the first, really good night to do something. So and we're going to do that.
Yes, so we're really excited to do stuff. So you might wonder why we have all of this pink in front of us. So there's a couple reasons. Obviously, in celebration of Venus, who's sitting over my shoulder. But also, we have just launched the Enchanted website. So it's enchantedshops.com, which is really exciting for us because it's the first time that the new e-com site has come up.
Right.
And to celebrate that with Venus and with the full moon,
it's so perfect. Yeah.
We thought Laurie did this once before. We thought we'd pull all different rose quartz and some other similar stones to that represent love. Mm-hmm. And Laurie's going to charge them. And then if you're interested in them, you can obviously go to the website. But we're going to talk to you a little bit about first. And then when we get a little bit further in, we'll actually do the charging.
I think that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm anxious because there's so many different shapes and such powerful. There's a lot of powerful ones like these. The obelisk is very powerful.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. So one of the things that we thought would be interesting to share is, someone always says, "What's the best shape for a crystal for you to have a crystal?"
Right.
Listen. Any shaped crystal is going to be great.
Exactly.
It can be a crystal. It can be a bracelet. I wear necklaces. Laurie has rings. Anything.
And I have 2 bracelets.
Yeah, and we have lots of different shapes here as well. But I think when you talk about one of the most powerful shapes of the crystals, you had mentioned that the pyramid is one of the ones that you are really favor, and
absolutely.
We see that on the top of the obelisk. So, obelisk?
Obelisk.
Yeah. Obelisk. Okay.
Right, and you find these huge, monstrous ones in Egypt, and there's one next to the White House, by the way, that we have in our country, an obelisk.
Oh, nice.
I know.
So a lot of people refer to these as points. You can call them anything you want. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes, different,
Yeah, these are it's kind of rough. This is a rough quartz here.
Yeah.
And then it's polished in the pyramid, sort of almost a pyramid, not quite, but it's natural.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, this is a beauty, this one.
Yeah. So
they're all beautiful, but every once in a while, it's like when you go to shop with one and there's a whole bunch, you kind of automatically go to one. And that's a good thing when you're shopping for crystals.
Exactly.
Use your instincts, Everybody has psychic power. It's natural, and you can use it in, just by projecting something, thinking of something, and clearly. And now it's so appropriate now. And you can also use the sun's energy, because the sun is for success, complete success. It's also for healing. It's very good for healing. So bringing in the sunlight, and by wearing gold jewelry will help you. Gold jewelry is ruled by the sun, and that will help you project your future if you want, or your business, love life. We're in February, and it's supposed to be always about love. We do have these, aren't they cute?
Little hearts.
Yeah, they're little tiny hearts, but they're good to have because you can put them in the glove compartment in your car, and under your pillow at night, and these can move around. Or you could buy a bunch and put them different places, like under the bed, Yeah.
So, and, any of the crystals that are around this shape or this size, they're like palm crystals, and we like them a lot because you can hold on to them. They're easy to hold on to, and they feel good. And we have a lot of palm crystals, you and I. We like to hold them.
We do, and I think it's usually I use the left hand only because unless I'm charging it, because that's where your energy comes into your body and out through your right hand naturally. You can change that. But that's what happens when you're at rest. And so I always keep it in my left hand to do a projection or to charge the crystal. And then I'll use this hand to do charging as well. Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the other shapes that we have on here, because we have a lot of stuff going on here. Everyone always talks about the crystal ball. Well, spheres are one of the most popular shapes for any kind of crystal. So we have one for rose quartz. This one is heavy.
Oh my goodness.
It's beautiful, and it's honestly, it's gorgeous. And one of the things about the sphere is because of the way that it's shaped, when you put it in a room, the energy just emanates out in every direction. As opposed to when you have a point, sometimes it can point up or it can point to the way you're pointing it. So we love to have spheres, we love to have eggs, but there are so many different types, and there's also not just polished rose quartz, but rough rose quartz.
I know, I love it so much.
Yeah, and it would be great. Why don't you tell us, Laurie, a little bit about this little guy right here, because he's a big one.
That's mine, and it goes under my bed at night. And rose quartz can be used for love, yes, but it also can be used for self-esteem, self-love, which is very important, especially most of our childhood, when we were told no. It takes away your self-esteem, and then when you grow up and you're in school and there's a group of kids that don't like you, or it's that kind of thing. So it grows with people. Most people have a problem with self-esteem, and this will help you. And that's why I have it under my bed, because I can have the energy go through my body while I'm sleeping.
I couldn't even begin to pick this up because this is so heavy.
No.
And Laurie actually has one that's like 3 times the size underneath her bed, so we couldn't even get that one out either. But
this is a good size.
Yes.
You can still actually hold it. It's not that bad.
Yeah. And, one of the things about rose quartz also is self-confidence. So a lot of times people come in and, when I'm giving readings to them, or when you're giving readings to them, and they talk about their children and how can I help them with their self-confidence, and I always say, get 4 rose quartz and grid their bed. Top, bottom, side, and grid their bed so that when they're sleeping, the energy comes to them.
That's right. And they absorb it quicker than, when you're older, because they don't put up so many barriers yet, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's good for all of us. That's what's the important part. And we have strawberry quartz.
Strawberry quartz too. So this is a favorite of ours. It's a different color. It's probably one of the most beautiful stones. Really, in the past few years, it's been really hard for me to be able to get it, but it's gorgeous, and it really is, it brings love into your life. So I feel like it's a really important love stone. So it's not rose quartz, it's strawberry quartz. And quartz, obviously, you know, quartz is a major, major crystal with many different forms of it.
Absolutely.
But these are some of them that we have. We also have, which we thought was really fun and interesting, is we were debating the difference between like something that's rough or something that's polished when you're wearing jewelry. And Allie from Enchanted brought this over, and the two of us got a good kick out of this because this particular piece is a spell bottle. So you can put potions in it. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Isn't that adorable? It's so wonderful. And then this he brought too.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about, the rough crystal. And this pendulum is, everyone can use a pendulum. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a pendulum board where it says yes, no, maybe, and okay, or whatever, you can write something on a piece of paper in a circle, like no over here, yes over here, and then ask a question, and you hold it just like that. Anyone can do it. Sometimes it'll start, there you go, the circle. Mm-hmm. Look at that. You don't even have to move it, it does that. But if you ask the question, you want it to go one way only, you know, to the no or the yes. Where did I put the no? Over here? I don't remember.
Okay, show us now. Well, looks like back and forth is now. And show us yes.
It's hard to hold your hand still, but you can tell that you're not moving it because it becomes straight down. It stops moving.
Yep.
And then when you ask a question, it starts moving on its own.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Laurie's not telling us the question she's asking, so it's probably something secret.
It's about, I hope all the people watching buy a rose quartz for themselves because it's so important, you know. Oh my goodness.
She really is not touching this, so this is really doing it. So I use a pendulum quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
One of the first things I learned, and one of the things I think that's important, like with the pendulum, first of all, picking the right kind of pendulum and the right stone for your pendulum is really good. And rose quartz and clear quartz, those are usually good ones to start off with.
Absolutely.
And for Laurie, it may swing back and forth to say no. Back and forth for me means yes. Up and down means no. So means lots of different things. So
it's what you decide.
Yes. Yeah. We got some cool stuff here. You know, we talked about jewelry. I actually don't have any rose quartz jewelry on, but we do have rose quartz jewelry. And this could be as simple as a pendant. It could be small.
I know, but isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it is pretty. It's a teardrop. Or it can be a ring, or it can be even a pendant that has some etching on it, or some filigree.
Oh, that's nice too. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's really pretty. Isn't that pretty?
And it's good that you wear it because then you're at work, you're at play, you're home, and you have it on. It's going to continue the energy for you, you know, because it's on near your skin, near your body, and your aura, which is important.
So there's a couple other shapes here that we wanted to talk about because I know I get lots of questions when I'm in the store about them. And when I first understood and heard about it, I was like, well, that's cool. Everybody looks at the skull and they think it's, skull, you know, it's, you know, Halloween and all of that. But that's not what the skull represents.
It represents the power and the mind and the brain of humans. And sometimes you can put it like Einstein. You can make it into Einstein's brain. And you can project for wisdom and all kinds of things because that's what it represents. It represents us, basically, humans, and their power with their brain. And you'll see it sitting on a desk with some people, even bankers, or, you know.
Look at this one.
That's the kind I really like. Isn't that gorgeous? And that, you can also meditate on it and ask universal questions. And the answers will come into your mind by holding this. It helps your psyche. You know, and anyone can do that as well.
So skulls are not just for skulls and crossbones, even though a lot of people like to think about that. There's another shape that we've been seeing a lot more lately, and it's the flame. And it's just, we have a lot of different shapes in rose quartz that are kind of like natural shapes, or they're just random shapes. But this one happens to be one that we love as well.
I do love that.
So let's bring ourselves back to the full moon a little bit, and a little bit about what's going on from a magic perspective of the full moon. So it's the snow moon.
Well, like I said, it's a powerful moon because it's got that Leo side, which is, you know, the king, fire, energy. It's was worshipped. The sun was worshipped by the Egyptians, you know, and many different cultures. But the fact is, it's used by that moon right now. They combine because it's near. It's aspecting, as we call it. The light from the sun is hitting the light from the moon. So we've got both aspects, and the moon is emotional and psychic. You wear the moon's colors, and sometimes you wear just silver represents, you know, the moon. And it helps you become more psychic and more sensitive, though. And that's what I'm kind of warning everybody tonight, that once this kind of powerful moon comes along, we get very emotional, and sometimes we overreact to something, or we get angry easier, and anger doesn't solve anything. So let's not allow this beautiful moon to trigger the wrong side of your emotions, because you need to think about your self-esteem and love. And, you know, and we're talking about having a love come into your life. Everybody wants to have, pretty much everyone wants a partner. And you want to draw love to you, and something that's correct for you, someone that is compatible, and that's what this can bring. It's the best kind of thing to use in a spell for love.
The rose quartz.
Right. And you can add things to it, like a clear quartz, a rose quartz, and even an amethyst, because an amethyst is a powerful Jupiter symbol. And it can bring wonderful people to you. They're kind of like an Aquarian person. They think of the whole world, not just themselves, you know. And that's the kind of partner you want, female or male.
So when we're talking about Venus and the fact that we're in the Venus hour right now,
We are. That's important, yes.
we want to make sure that we charge this during the Venus hour. So we're going to do that in a minute or two. But one of the other things about using the moon and magic and using crystals you were talking about earlier was if you have a card and you want to put a card. Remember we were talking about the cards and putting crystals over the cards. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yes. That's I forgot about that. If you own tarot cards, or even a regular deck, because there's always a suit of hearts, and you want to find the ace of hearts then in a regular deck, and you hold it in your hands like we talked about, and think of what you want that heart to do to bring love to you that's correct for you and perfect. Then you lay it down and you get like a heart card out of the tarot deck, a real strong one, and you do the same thing, and you put it down somewhere that you feel it's sort of sacred, you know, maybe a nightstand or something, and then put your charged crystal, or you charging your crystal, and you put it on top of the card. And that doubles the energy and the focus for what you want, you know. And that's, like I said, everybody wants some kind of love in their life, but you don't get love unless you love yourself. And this is the perfect thing to start that, you know, having courage. Let's talk about courage.
Courage? Okay.
Yeah.
So Laurie and I talked about this actually a couple days ago. Back in 2013, I had just left a job and I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to move to the UK. And was a little nervous, had a little bit of stress going on, and my mentor said to me, why don't you put some clear quartz and some rose quartz in your water jug and drink the water? I have been drinking it, so charge it in the moonlight and drink the water. I've been drinking rose quartz and clear quartz water since literally 2013, so that's 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Some of you have probably seen there's bottles now where they have
You can buy it already.
yeah, where they have
a drinking bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
you can look that up online. I don't think we have them right now.
Yeah, no, but that's one of the things is, you know, when you're in a place in your life where you need to have a little bit of self-confidence and a little bit of just that little extra push. That's something that you can do as well. So you can use crystals in a lot of different ways. You can use the moon's energy in so many different ways. And obviously, we're at the Venus hour. We have about 10 minutes left. So I'm wondering if you want to step back and charge the crystals.
I will charge and then we can continue. I'll do the charging of these. I want to charge these crystals for all the people that are going to have these in their home. And it's going to be for pure love. And you can use that any way you wish. All right?
Okay. I'll sit back.
This wand is made of wood from Sybil Leek's garden. And I don't know if everybody knows who she is, but she was an English witch and a very nice person. So now Penny made this into a wand. And it's got a wonderful quartz, and it's got all kinds of stones. It's beautiful. It's already been charged. I've been using this for a while. So I'm going to do this now for you. I charge these crystals to bring perfect love and courage to those who own it. So mote it be. It's done.
That's beautiful.
Well, now, they're going to feel different.
Yeah, I know.
And I love that part too.
Yeah.
I may have to pick one for myself.
Okay, well, I think that's okay.
I can buy one, can I?
You can have whatever you want. I think Allie and Chris will give you whatever you want.
Yeah, well, I think that we need to take at least one of these, each of us, because I know you have a lot of this at home. But it's never too much.
I have truckloads full of them. So as we wrap up, because I know we're only going to be on for a little bit, and I don't know if you guys know, but we haven't been on since 2020. So we were doing some fireside chats for a while. So we just came back. We're so excited about the website, but more so, we were just kind of excited to do something fun.
And together.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
She's a very wise psychic and a good friend and part of our tradition. So you're getting a lot of good information from her, spilling it out, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
She says things I had forgotten or didn't know. I actually learned things about magic from her. And you think at 90 I would know it all. I don't. Okay? I do not know it all. But I'm willing to learn.
She has forgotten more than I know, but that's okay.
That's being 90 is forgetting. Absolutely.
So just to wrap up our moon magic, it's coming. It's going to be full moon, right peaking on the 5th. I don't know at what time. You guys can check the time it is.
Yeah, you need to check the time.
Yeah. So right up to that is when we want to focus on our intentions and our projections.
Absolutely. We're in that cycle now where it's more powerful. So we just did the charging, and it has to be 3 days or 3 hours before it peaks.
Okay.
And that's a waxing moon, it's called.
3 days.
And that's when the power goes out, and it's fabulous. And this in the cold like this is a different feeling from the moon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a sharp edge sort of power,
Mm-hmm.
but not dangerous. It's a warming feeling. And that may be because it's in Leo. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I like to go to the ocean when it's the moon, so that you can kind of get the moon and the ocean at the same time.
Perfect, yeah.
Very powerful.
Well, I'm happy to have been here with you and with all of you. And I'm hopeful that you enjoy our new website, because we enjoy it. And we'll be back with other magical things, won't we?
Yes, thank you for sitting with me again. It's been a while, and I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
We did a few topics before, but we always have more to talk about.
We'll talk about everything that's magic. So you can give us some hints at what you want to hear. And maybe you want to hear about magic wands, and maybe you want to hear about herbalism. You know, I don't know everything about herbalism. She knows more than I do. I know it in magic. I use it in magic all the time. But anyway, we'll be back.
Laurie, some people are saying happy early birthday. Do you want to just mention something about that?
About my
Your birthday's coming up.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's exactly a month away.
I know. I'm getting older, that's all I have to say. I don't exactly encourage people to live till 90. Although, of course, there are people who run marathons, you know, at 90 and 91 years old. So I'm just it's going to be another day, and a day that I'm happy to be where I am and do what I do for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's my job, is to help heal and help learn and have a good life. And I hope that will exude from here, and you do the same.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone watching us is going to get some of that energy too. But thank you, and thank you for the birthday wish. I like lots of presents. I love surprises.
Okay, I got to take a note on that one. Was there anything else, Allie? There was a question.
There's a question for you, Laurie, and for you as well, Heather. People are asking if you were thinking of coming back on Friday nights or sometime in the future doing this to chat with people.
I am planning to do this, and it would be probably a Friday night. I think it's the best time. It will take away the weekend for people, you know. I'd like to do that. I'll do it when I can, as often as I can, absolutely. And you've got to let us know what subjects you want, too. And maybe try us out a little bit. Maybe you'll ask us something we don't know.
Exactly.
We'll have to learn.
Sometimes when you sit for a while and you're talking about something, you either get really involved in the conversation, so it feels like you and I are talking, or we're just like saying so much stuff that it's like I actually have to go back and watch it just to even remember what we talked about.
Said.
I know.
Well, that's being old too.
I'm not that old.
No, not you. I'm talking about me.
Yeah, I think, you know, we did that almost in the entire year of 2020. We did some kind of Facebook Live, whether it was one card readings, Laurie came on.
One card reading. That was so much fun.
Yeah, we did those.
So we just picked one card, and that particular person that was on Facebook.
Yep.
And we'd feel the vibes and tell them what the card meant.
Yep.
That was so much fun.
Yep. I did a lot of that too, and we really enjoyed
can do that
it.
together.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fun things that we can do, but if you have any suggestions, send us a note, drop us a line, send us a DM, whatever it happens to be. And yeah, we're definitely thinking about it. We had a list at one point. I don't know where it is.
I don't either. It's been too long.
It's been a little bit of time, but I think that we're just really appreciative that so many people have been, not only have watched us, but have been watch us sometimes after the live, and they leave like nice comments as well. We love to hear what you have to say. And you always say, I love you, Laurie. That's amazing, but you can tell us other stuff too. So.
Exactly. Thank you anyway for everyone.
But yeah, but that's something that we're really seriously considering doing. So we're trying to, book our calendar and see what we can do.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else, Lally? Any other questions that coming up that you want us to answer?
Everybody's saying thank you so much.
Well, we're so happy that you were able to join us. I know it was a quick one tonight. but we're just finishing up the Venus hour right now. It's
Right,
8:29,
yes.
so we've got, we kind of stayed within our time frame in order to be able to charge and to kind of tap into that energy. And, thanks so much. Enchanted has been a really important part of both of our lives, and we're really excited that we have the opportunity to be able to reach out to people on these, on social media through Enchanted, because
And they in the shop they carry things that no other store has.
I know.
And will never have.
I know.
Which is wonderful for witches and psychics and people that want to live that kind of life.
Yeah.
And it's all there.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to know.
Yep, and it's gonna be online pretty soon too.
But
So it's online. Yeah.
But we'll be back. Okay, we're going now.
Yes.
And have a good evening.
Thank you.
We love you.